Welcome to Camp Randall Stadium, where these fans have been getting prepared to cheer on a whole pack of Badgers since early in the morning. We have a ranked versus unranked battle coming up here, and you know how chaos can ensue if they start smelling an upset. As we'll see a squad from the AAC, the UTSA Roadrunners, taking on the 15th ranked team in the land, the Wisconsin Badgers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Roadrunners will put toe to leather to crank us up. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Offense getting set for first down. He wants to throw. Caught over the middle. It's White. Turns it on in midfield. Got a lot of running room. 10. Touchdown, Badger. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
Man, you want to make a statement early in a game. Your first offensive possession, you go 75 yards for the touchdown. Their opponent right now is literally in shock and awe. They're in disbelief. They don't even know what hit them.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Yeah, it's a bit of a surge, and he's knocked down after picking up 3 to the 26.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs, but I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Wisconsin.
And linebackers are so athletic nowadays in college football. They can play man on running backs and tight ends and all over the field. And how about the linebacker making the athletic interception and then showing you he could be a running back, taking it all the way back to the house for a touchdown.
And the extra point is good. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. Here's the return from inside his 10. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. UTSA will take over in the offense, ready to return to the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
They'll try to run for it. And he gets it done on third down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44.
Nice job by this offense converting the third down. Listen, third and short, they know you're going to run the football, and they still did a great job being physical. Third downs has been such a struggle for this offense. Bottom 50, one of the worst in college football. Nice job on that play.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Back to throw, it's McCown. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. He just terrorizes quarterbacks, his 30th career sack.
And that's an amazing number, 30 sacks, because a lot of guys get sacks early in their careers, and then coordinators figure it out and then start double-teaming them and sliding and chipping, and then their numbers come down. This guy, though, David, has never stopped.
And it's got to be consistently, Jesse. Like, you got to consistently play hard, play after play, because sometimes they get rid of the ball fast. Sometimes you can't get in the mix. But to get to the quarterback 30 times, very few people have done that.
It's a little demoralizing, too, I think, if you're on defense, because it looked like you had him, right? It's third down. Everybody's getting ready for a big sack. They're pinning their ears back trying to get upfield. You just can't make the play. Quarterback's able to escape. He doesn't get the first down, but he did get nice yardage, so I'm curious to see what they do here on fourth.
They're bringing heat. They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a first down.
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy because he's got that sixth sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's throwing it and hurting you, or you can take off and run. That time able to get the first down. Big challenge for the defense moving forward.
Hand off from the shotgun. Trying to pound their way forward, he picks up a couple to the 31.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. Trying to make magic with his feet. They finally corral him, but he turns that into a big gain and a first down.
It's just so hard to stop. There is no rhyme. There is no reason. He just scrambles around, makes people miss, and the next thing you know, you look up and he's 20, 30 yards down the field, and there's nothing you can do about it.
You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
Second down.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll run it from the gun. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
3rd and long, and they can get the first down without scoring a touchdown. Makes the catch, and he will score. Touchdown, UTSA. And the offense finds a way to cut into this lead, but they still have plenty of work to do.
They do, but that's a big score. You don't want to get late and start getting in the second half where you're fighting to come back by so many points. So great job getting points, get that momentum back on your side so you can come out and do some good things when you get the ball next time.
Fair catch, called for and made. Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job gang tackling because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
Really good-looking run right there. He reminds me of one of the greatest Wisconsin players of all time, Heisman Trophy winner Ron Dayne, who was a teammate of mine with the New York Giants, and he was so good at being patient and setting up blocks. This guy shows that patience as well. He really helps out the running game because he's not in a rush. He just takes his time and carves his way through the defense.
Maybe a little frustrated after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10 from the 38. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
At the 20, he's got space. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down.
And here we go. If you're an offense, you got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And coming into this game,
got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Badger. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
The kick is up and good, and put 1 more on the lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
2 very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Houston went into hostile territory and came away with a convincing victory. The Cougars always seem to get everyone's best punch, but today they were the ones who delivered the knockout. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. UTSA takes over in the offense, ready to hit the field. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
He was able to squirt free and pick up just a few on that one.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Roadrunners will line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. He gets a block. Smashes through the tackle. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
Scanning the field, it's Locke. It's complete on the right side. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
And they pick up the first down in what might be the last play here in the first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Wisconsin 21, UTSA 7.
The Badgers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. They'll throw it on first down. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this defense had some matchups they felt really good about up front, and they won one right there. Getting to the quarterback, creating a negative play, and they're going to need these guys to start winning more of those.
Oh, and it's picked off, threw it right into the teeth of double coverage. He'll try to take it back. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, UT San Antonio. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, then thought, don't get caught, and he didn't. The pick six.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play, but defense, great job making the interception, and you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. That last pick six after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards but did what they're supposed to do. Now, Jesse, this offense has to put a drive together.
Yeah, they have to recapture some momentum here. What they can't do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back.
He's got his man. Trying to tackle this guy's a business decision as he gets it up to the 29.
These are simple routes, the drag routes that go across the field, but they actually can turn into huge plays. You see all the speed on the outside now at wide receiver. You get it in his hands quick, he can go make a play, make one guy miss, and maybe next time he can make an even bigger game.
And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
Starting to feel a little pressure. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
This pass rush is real, man. They force the quarterback, they flush him out to the left, and he's trying to scramble around, find an open guy. They still are able to get a hit on him, and that forces the incompletion.
It's a draw. Just a 1-yard gain leaves him with 3rd and 9.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Get it out on the screen. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
They got a little bit, but they didn't get the first down, and you're obviously trying to get the first down, but you try to slip in those screens occasionally on 3rd down. I like when you slip in there and try to make a big play, catch the defense maybe being a little aggressive.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. UTSA will take over in the offense, ready to return to the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out sometimes.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, it's McCown. It's complete. At the 35, he's loose. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
And a big key on that throw to the slot receiver, guys, is putting the ball out in front. The location of the throw is what helped that guy get extra yards after the catch.
That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
Small gain, I know. But again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
And they got him for the sack.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game. But finally now, we see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. And the Roadrunners will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the coverage team down there to touch the ball. No return on this play. The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the 1st down. Lining up from the 34 on 1st down. Looking downfield, it's Locke. He's right on target. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the 1st down on the throw and catch.
Nice read and nice throw. And I know Wisconsin quarterbacks always get the unfair moniker that they're game managers, and it's because they've always been a great rushing offense. Just got to complete a couple throws and keep the offense on schedule. But when you think about the offenses where they've had a difference maker, a guy like...
Hit the gas, kid! Wide open ahead! Touchdown, Wisconsin! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the 2nd level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. UTSA takes over and the offense ready to hit the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. Offense set on 1st down. He's going to pass. Trying to escape and get it himself. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there.
Defense is all about creating negative plays, and he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off, he takes off, and gets a positive gain.
No running back on the field. 5 wide on 2nd and 1. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
The defense was obviously ready for that play. They've obviously been watching film. They know that that pass play is one of the bread and butter plays this offense has, so nice job defending.
Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. Looking to throw for it. Quickly complete. Still running at the 40. slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23.
Phenomenal play call by the offensive coordinator. You're calling screen passes to take advantage of a good pass rush, and that's exactly what happened. The offensive linemen, they just let those defensive ends run up the field. Quarterback did a perfect job holding on to the ball to the last possible second, getting it out to his running back, and man, that running back had a convoy out ahead of him.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, third, fourth quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
Makes the grab. It's Anderson. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a first and goal from the 10. And now a chance not only to cut into the lead, but play it just right, and maybe the other team doesn't even get a chance to answer. They'll dial up the run on first and goal. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's second and goal from the 5. He caught it, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Roadrunner.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Kent State just wrapped up 4 quarters worth of dominance on its way to a never-in-doubt victory. And that's really the standard there in Northeast Ohio. They'll enjoy this one all week. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. He's going to fire to the left. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
And I know that play broke down. That is one the offense, I think, would like to have back because you practice these type of scramble situations all week long. Quarterback this time flush to his left. These receivers have to break their routes off and work with the QB to try to give him a place to go with the football. And that time just not able to give the QB anywhere to throw it.
Man, these tight ends are such matchup nightmares. They can run so many different routes, and how much you throw in the corner route where you can throw it up to the big fella, where you've worked on your timing, you've moved him all over the field and had success.
He hurls one deep down the left side. And he's got it inside the 20.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
They'll throw it from the red zone. They pick up half of it. It'll be second and 5.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. One more snap coming before halftime. Looking to throw, it's locked. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
It's now second and goal to go.
They'd love nothing better than to add a 3 ball here before the break. From the left hash, this one shouldn't be too much trouble. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And that lead grows even bigger. That's going to wrap up the first half here. And now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Badgers will kick it away to crank up the second half. From inside the 15, here comes the return. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. UTSA will take over in the offense, ready to return to the field. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
Well, the defense knew coming into the second half here, they were going to have to crank up the pass rush, right? They've got the lead. They're going to be seeing this quarterback drop back. How can you affect him? You've got to win up front one-on-one and get home, and they did there on third down.
Makes the catch. It's Wilson. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get two bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
Yeah, and third and short, it's a great place to be for an offense. You've got the whole playbook available, and they choose to pass it. The defense did a really good job playing the pass, and fourth down now, it's decision time for you.
On the return, it's Barry Johnson. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. Third and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on fourth down by what they call here. To the air, it's Locke. Fires to the wideout. Gonna throw it to the right. He's got his man. Knocked down immediately, but they couldn't stop him from getting the big gainer to the 30. The Badgers have it with a 1st and 10. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. He's loose down the left side. Touchdown, UTSA! The defense with the scoop and score.
And the defense comes with the blitz. Nice job getting to the quarterback. And don't just get there. Try to strip that football out. They get the QB to the ground. The ball's out. They scoop it up, take it all the way back to the house for 6.
And he tacks on the extra point.
31, UTSA, 28.
They're lining up to kick it away, and that defense salivating after getting the scoop and score. He'll call for the fair catch here. The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. This game might be out of reach by now, Jesse, if not for the benevolence of these guys.
I tell you, I give them credit offensively because they've been aggressive. They just haven't always been calculated, David. They've been way too cavalier with the football.
Aggressive and reckless. Like there's a difference between the two. They've had some success and they've been good, but make sure that my bat isn't turning the football over and giving the defense easy opportunities to score.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw, it's Locke. Trying to get to it. He looks that one in nicely. At the 40, there he goes. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
Got enough space. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Badger. that his 40th career touchdown run.
This guy's had a lot of success throughout his career, but 40 touchdowns is something that's pretty commendable, David. He continues to challenge himself each and every game and every year to get better.
Yeah, just the consistency has been so impressive. The offense is built around him. Like, he's going to get the football, he's going to be featured, and still finds the end zone week after week.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. UTSA takes over in the offense, ready to hit the field. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close, David.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now, and you score so quickly. It's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being you, keep being aggressive.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able.
And the ball's out, and they're after it. Oh, and he gets the ball back. Lucky to do so. I guess it could have been worse.
Man, those are backbreakers. Defensively, you get so excited. You force the fumble, I'm going to get a turnover, and the offense falls out.
To the air, it's McCown. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Listen, I would get rid of that thing fast, too, if I've been sacked that many times today. They're coming every angle. Everybody's coming. They've got to me the whole day. Can somebody please get up?
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And it falls incomplete, and the offense is lucky to have it. Defender right there almost had it in his grasp. The Roadrunners will send out the punt unit. He's getting a lot of work. Fourth time he's punted tonight. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Looking to throw on second down. And he rifled in that pass, but it's incomplete. Went up top on second down. That leaves him needing a yard here on third down. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially on the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is his most dangerous.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. From the gun, the give, looking for room. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
This defense obviously knows they've got to be able to stop the run if they're going to win this football game. And you wonder if they've been able to make some tweaks and adjustments to try and take this running back away.
They'll try to move the chains on this third and long from the 50. Feeling some heat. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
That is a gut punch if you're the offense because they're in dime personnel. They're only rushing 4 guys. You've got 5 offensive linemen. You've got the option of bringing other people in to help give your QB time. And this offense, not good enough.
UTSA will take over in the offense, ready to return to the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And you gotta love this defensive performance so far. Done such a good job against the running back that you saw last week, man. He can go off. He can make big plays. He can chew some yardage up and keep an offense on schedule. Nice job by this defense locking in and shutting down the run game so far.
It's complete to the right. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. First down, 10 yards to go. They'll leave it with him. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, you got to give the defense credit. They knew a big key in this one was slowing this dude down, especially after how well he played the last time out. They have been swarming him. They have been gang tackling him and getting a lot of penetration up front.
Got it set up on the outside. Still running up for 40. They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains, and the screen pass is effective.
And they executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held on to it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out in position, and the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just had blockers and green field out in front of him. They pick up an explosive play on a running back screen.
Wide receivers everywhere on 2nd and 6. Looking to pass. It's McCown. Getting some heat. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
Man, I think this quarterback needs to take his offensive line out for dinners more often because they're not protecting him. And sometimes it doesn't even look like they're trying. That now the 6th sack of the game for this defense.
Using the quick game. Gets enough for the first down, but not sure they'll get another playoff here in the 3rd quarter. And the Roadrunners have their offense in high gear. Wide out in motion. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. They'll go to the ground. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Man, that D-tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short game there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
Screen pass just not working there. You figure at this point of the game, trailing, you're going to have to be more aggressive and take some shots. You usually run screen passes when you think there's going to be a blitz, but because the defense has the lead, they're just sitting back and playing big zones.
And he was knocked down immediately short of the line to gain. They'll have to make a decision here.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the first down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the first down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision.
Makes a grab enough for the first. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
That's a great example of a receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
Grabbed in the middle, it's Anderson. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Second down.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. The Roadrunners come to the line with a new set of downs. To the air on first down. Pressure coming. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
The defense has been so dominant up front. You've seen it in these passing situations. That now the 7th sack of the game.
To the air. It's McCown. They get him down after the scramble, but he's able to pick up a few and turn it into a positive play.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
On third down, he drops to throw. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. Third and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, everybody won. They get the incompletion now setting up for it.
So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches.
And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Well, this offense is trying to ice the game. They've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but it's only by 1 possession, so you got to be so careful with your decision-making. And that was not a good one by the quarterback. They now turn it over, and they better hope their defense can play well in this sudden change situation.
Couldn't ask for better field position for this offense. Handoff from the gun. Able to squeeze out a couple on the play. It's down at the 35.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here. It's 3rd and inches. Who can impose his will? They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
Brought down after a pickup of 2 to the 19.
Pickup of 2. Brings up second down.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. They've got him looking run. Now they're going to throw it. Makes the grab down the middle. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew.
Gets it into the end zone, but there's a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. Just a crushing mistake on the penalty. Wipes out the touchdown, and now they'll have to try to get it together and score again. This is the type of play that could be a pivotal moment. Tight game, 3rd and long coming. Back to throw, it's McCown. Gets it out fast. They bring him down, but he's got a first and goal from the 10.
And that's a really good example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the third down, now setting up first and goal.
A first down run in the red zone. They get him down after a 4-yard gain to the 6. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and the defense needs to come up with a stop to close this thing out. Now second and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. He's looking to throw. A little screen to the running back. And the defense wrestles him to the ground.
Love the execution there in the screen. The running back shows pass protect, pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
Trying to punch it in. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, UT San Antonio. He'll try to tack on one more. And that extra point was good, and we are deadlocked here in the fourth. So they take advantage of good field position and move it 46 yards. And they finish it off with a short plunge into the end zone. From inside the 15, here's the return. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. A pretty good bit of ground to cover here, Jesse, but they've got some time to work with.
They do. So tempo is going to be important. You got to go fast. You just got to make good decisions at the quarterback position.
And open runway ahead. The 20. Touchdown, Wisconsin. And they've moved out front here in the fourth.
Man, how about this offense in crunch time, doing what they do, getting 6 on the board. Now I turn to my defense right now and say, boys, we need one more stop. Go out there, get me one more.
The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. The Red Hawks of Miami are just steamrolling their way to victory. No way the experts saw this coming. A lead that just keeps growing and growing. They're up by 38 over the Sharks.
Here's a throw downfield late. Snags it on the right.
Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Dropping back, it's McCown. Grabs it in the middle. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he gets out of bounds to stop the clock as the offense moves closer, trying to pull it out. He knew exactly what they needed there, made the play, and got out of bounds to stop the clock.
Yeah, and you got to keep this turbo mode on, right? We got to keep going fast. The clock's running down. Fourth quarter, need a score. Great execution to get the first down. We need a lot more of this on this drive.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are. You're trailing in the...
Fires toward the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Third and long, defense knows the pass is coming, so they're going to have guys with their eyes on the QB, but they are going to try to get to him with pressure, pinning their ears back. If you're on offense, you might be thinking blitz here. Better get rid of this one quick.
On third down, going up top. Got his man quickly. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
And he really wanted that first down, but you've got to understand, it's fourth down now. Got to get the first down, less than 60 seconds, so got to be fast and get the first down.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
And this offense does not come up big. Man, you needed that first down. And listen, the communication with this offense and the execution has left a little bit to be desired, and especially in a big moment right here when you had to have a score and you had to have the fourth down conversion.
They won the game today. That's 2 in a row. If they win the next one, it's called a winning streak. It's been done before.
And we're seeing the identity of this team coming to fruition. You just get the sense they're finding out who they are, what they're about, what they're going to do schematically, and who their big playmakers are.
Which is tough to do, right? It's tough to grow throughout a season and